Hello, everyone. Hello. Hi. I'm screaming at the beginning of the podcast again every goddamn time. Hello.
I can't hear you,
Hi.
Brian, or what you're doing, my guy.
What a loud podcast intro.
Oh no.
Volumes are going very well on this stream at all times. Hello. Welcome to the Emo Social Club podcast. I, as always, and hopefully always, and never will change and be this way forever and ever. Amen.
Christ.
And Brian.
And I'm Lizzie.
Who is a robot.
Who's a robot, apparently.
For the recording of this, I will just mention that we've tried to solve the sound issues and we are going to do our best this episode. They kind of go in and out. So, yes, thank you for understanding. Thank you for being here, listening for another week. Thank you for watching us live on Twitch at emosocialclub.tv, a website that you should have memorized because it's literally the podcast you're listening to .tv. God, you're just a super delight. Guys, we did it. In the past week, we became part of the affiliate program of Twitch, which we are going to explain shortly here to give you an idea of what that means and how you can help us, this podcast, people like Lizard and mostly just you. It's not, I don't really need any support. But first, I'm going to take a quick sip of this margarita.
I don't need any support, sir.
Lizzie, you need support. I don't need support.
Are we sure we need support? I will give you support.
Is that a hand? Oh my God.
I got this from a Chuck Palahniuk book meet and greet, and he threw out decapitated limbs with a signature on it to the audience. So
I'm a big fan.
A big hype. High five, everyone.
I'm a big fan. Give Lizzie a hand. I guess that's the joke you have to make.
This is how we social distance high five.
Ew. You just throw a disconnected hand at somebody else.
Could you imagine?
I would be very upset if it did happen.
Me, next time I see you, Brian, in person, just going to yeet a decapitated hand at you.
Yeah, I'd be so upset. Okay, so we are now Twitch affiliates. What does that mean for the club? In reality, not much, because we have the same people that are hanging out every week, and that's awesome, and we love you for being here every single week. And
you're the cool kids in the club is really what
cool
it comes
club.
down to.
Cool club kids. Cool
Be
club.
careful how you say that. That sounds kind of bad.
I know. It does, but it's not bad. We have the ability now to be subscribed to on Twitch. Subscribe means that we will be coming up with some cool things that you will get as a benefit for being subscribed. The main one is emotes, so you can send cool emojis anywhere on Twitch. So if you watch Twitch just for us, or if you watch another streamer on Twitch, you can always use our emotes, which helps to like guide people back to us. So we're working with a graphic designer right now, trying to get quotes and trying to get things set up. So eventually we will have some cool stuff. It was kind of a surprise that we even made the affiliate thing. So we were not working on this yet. This is our first stream since getting that too. So yeah. And speaking of subscriptions, Binospur, our friend Richard, is our first subscriber. And you subscribed while we weren't live, so I couldn't say thank you. So I'm going to say it now. Thank you for being our first subscriber. What a delight, a pleasure, and thank you for your support of the club. You don't have to pay money if you are a Amazon Prime user. So while I know there are a lot of problems with Amazon, and I will not judge you if you don't want to be a Prime subscriber to Amazon, that is understandable. Like Amazon is a bad company overall that does a very good service for the majority of people, and it's hard to really deal with those two things. But I will definitely accept your Twitch Prime subscriptions. So Twitch Prime is something you have if you already are an Amazon Prime subscriber. You just have to go to this website, twitch.amazon.com, and you can make your Amazon Prime account into a Twitch Prime account, and then you can just click on subscribe at the top of the screen, and that'll do it for us, and it supports us directly.
And you can also, steal your parents if they have that and you don't.
I would not recommend that, but I will also not punish you if it happens. I mean, listen, I'm not an advocate for the theft of parental funds, but we are in a very weird time right now. So you know what? Drink the margarita.
The margarita. Oh my God. Your baby one.
So that's the main thing that it means for us now, is that you can directly support us financially if you have Amazon Prime through no cost to you. There is a couple tiers in there. The main one is $5. So that is a subscription that provides $2.50 to us. $2.50 then goes to Amazon. But it is what it is. We also are not worried if you don't have that money or don't want to pay it. Like, you don't have to give us any money. Like, if you give us anything, all of those funds just go back to supporting what we're doing here, whether that's just hosting our podcast up on a website, whether that is buying graphic design work and supporting other people within our community so that they can work and have money going into their pockets, and we can have some cool designs for us and continue our relationship with other people within this community. The club is really, our way of giving back to the people who have supported us. Does that sound good? Does that sound nice?
That sounded nice. It was a good way to explain it.
Yeah. Great.
Oh no.
I meant it. Great. So yeah, that's the main thing right now. I'll kind of just leave that as like the main thing that we're doing right now. But it does mean that there may be some ads if you're on Twitch and you're watching us. Wow. Sorry. Peter asked for an Owen Wilson voice. Wow. There is also a function on here. If you're watching us on Twitch, there is something called channel points, where if you watch us, you gain channel points, and if you chat and you do different things within the actual stream, you get channel points. And those can be kind of whatever. It could be something that affects whatever we're doing. If you want us to talk about a specific subject, or if you want us to like review a band, I don't know. I'm trying to think of like creative ideas for what we can.
If you make us review a band, we're gonna tell you if it sucks or not. We're not gonna be nice about it.
Yeah. So we can think
Please
of like
be wary about that.
Yeah, I would love it if you did it though. Yeah. So the more you participate in the stream, the more points you get, and then you can use those points to redeem different things as whatever we can add into this choice of stream points. I don't know what those will be yet. They're right now just the basic ones, which are like highlight my message, which you don't have to do now. We'll see it. We'll see it.
And we'll see it. It's okay.
On the pod and all that. So yeah, that is another benefit that we are working on. So as you come to the streams, you'll see some changes, and we'll mention it. It's really weird to be talking about this on a recorded podcast, but I'm also like, hey, thanks for listening to the podcast. Like, come to the fucking stream. Like, come and hang out with us. Interact with us. Tell us.
It's just like, why not both? Like, come on, you can get an early little sneak peek of what it is.
Yeah. # why not both? Por qué no los dos?
Oh my God.
It's the 6th of May.
Sir.
Yeah. So just want to say thanks again for everybody for helping us reach this level and helping the club. And we appreciate all of you. And moving on.
Did you know that your favorite Ronnie Radke has his own Twitch stream?
I mean, a lot of people are saying that. I'm like, Richie, who are you subscribed to that has a say less emoji? And also, how dare you? Ronnie Radke, who is, as you know, the fucking worst. I mean, a lot of musicians have Twitch streams because there is a really hard time for artists when they're not on tour to make money. Like artists make their money on tour and then they work a job when they get home. I know Dan Lambton from Real Friends has been very successful on Twitch for a musician, a musical artist who is also doing Twitch streams to not have to work. And now he's of course no longer in Real Friends. So I think he's just dedicating all of his time to
Listen,
Twitch.
go off, dude.
Listen, I'm not really, I've never really listened to Real Friends. I know
Me
a couple
neither.
songs. Yeah. But I support, people from Chicago that are just hustling and trying to do what they love and trying to be, especially with him, mentally healthy and taking time for himself. And, I have not checked out a stream because again, don't really listen to Real Friends, but understand and support. Mark times.
Oh my god.
So what does Ronnie Radke do on his fucking Twitch stream?
Apparently he plays video games. I don't know what kind of video games, but he plays them, but he sucks at them.
I mean, that makes sense. He's
So,
probably
but I guess he has like a shit ton of subscribers. So everyone's like, why? I just want to know why.
There's a lot of people who are on, I mean, probably every live streaming place, right? And like they are a controversial figure, let's say. Like a Ronnie Radke is a controversial figure, I'm like,
well, big air quotes time.
You're not controversial. You're a fucking asshole, and you're known for being kind of a fucking asshole, right? Like you're not controversial. You're a well-known asshole. You're a popular person who is also an asshole. So now you are a popular asshole by addition. By default. So I can imagine that he's just trash at whatever he's doing on Twitch, but like, people will go there and people will watch him. People will be a part of the stream because they want to like get him to talk shit. Probably would be my assumption.
That's all I can assume and I guess hope for. But again, at least he's hurting people virtually instead of in real life.
Thank God. Not
it's a change.
It's at him.
Yeah, it's a character development.
Character development. We stand character development. Oh my God. Christ. Brendan Urie also has a Twitch stream. He hasn't been doing as much lately, I don't think. I'm following him, so I get notifications, but I haven't gotten any recently, I don't think. But the cool thing about his stream is that all of the money from subscriptions, from donations, from tips, whatever, all goes towards the High Hopes Foundation. So he is using it just as a way of getting everybody to support his foundation. So that's really neat.
That's nice. It's nice when it's for a good cause and not for people just being shitty.
Yeah. I don't know which line we fall on that, but
I were to think we're not terribly shitty people.
We are not shitty. Guys, I have strong, spicy opinions. The spicy, just the level of spice that I have as far as my opinions is quite high, but I'm not an asshole. I'm very open-minded, very reasonable. But like, if you come at me with like, oh, this band is really good, and I'm like, they aren't, I'll tell you straight to your face, or I'll tell you on the internet, or you'll chat it to me and I'll be like, meh.
Is that the noise you make when you type back here, me?
Yeah, I'm very aggressive, egregious.
Oh God.
I don't know.
The word of the day is egregious.
Egregious and ergonomic. Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's any like major people on Twitch, but I'm sure like a lot of people have moved over now. Whether it's Twitch or whether it's somewhere else, people are coming over to the to live streaming because it's what you got to do now.
It's the way of adapting. I know our friend Jim Shotwell started a podcast during pretty much the same time slot as well, but he has it 2 days a week. So if you stay here and go to the other time, that's fine.
James, how dare you? You were our friend. Still a friend. Still a great guy.
Yeah. He's still a great guy, but I know he's been looking a lot into, streaming and how it's impacting like the music scene and how people are kind of migrating over. Mm-hmm. Especially he's also super big in like to the TikTok phenomenon.
Oh my God.
Which he's the only person I really know who's like really invested in like getting point A to point D of how did we get from TikTok just like Vine-esque type stuff to like, oh my God, it's Lil Nas X being a superstar.
We used a lot of like his references when we were making like some of our early podcasts. It was after we interviewed him and we started using like him talking on Twitter, him talking on Facebook or wherever it is, like about all of these like TikTok people. And I'm like, thank you for doing that, because I would have no idea what the fuck this is if you didn't.
I still have no idea what really TikTok is or does. I only have one friend who really understands it fully, but I haven't seen him since we locked down because he's a work friend. Yeah. So I'm usually texting him and be like, what is this? And then I don't really get a response about it because they're probably like, please.
It's like, please,
ma'am.
Ma'am. Yeah. So Sarah has downloaded TikTok. I say that in a very deep, like, voice coming from a place of like, I too have been damaged by the TikTok downloads in my own home. It hits very close to home that somebody would have TikTok. She has not posted yet, so fingers crossed that doesn't.
What's her at on TikTok?
I'm not sure. I don't know.
I don't see a very supportive boyfriend going on in this podcast episode.
Not on TikTok. No, I feel negatively about TikTok in general, but then like you'll see some content from it and like your friends are on it. And I'm like, all right, like it's not that bad. And like obviously we're moving over into like live streaming and people are A, super fucking bored, and B, like I'm just gonna put something out there on the internet because who cares? So it all is colliding together at the same time to then put out these weird fucking childish things on the internet. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not there yet. Like I'm not like at the point yet where I want to
explore that part of boredom.
Yeah, like I'm just still not there, man. Like I don't know.
I'm trying to get to the point where I want to make that whipped coffee, but I'm scared I'm going to fuck it up.
Do you know how to make it? Because all I know is instant coffee and that's it.
I think it's you throw in the instant coffee, you throw in like heavy whipping cream, which like that's a lot. So I was just going to use I have just creamy oat milk. And so I was just going to do that. And then you're supposed to whisk it. I don't have a whisk. So I'm just going to use a fork and hope for the best. Okay. And it's just supposed to just come out.
Yeah. And it's just like coffee looking whipped cream on top of like milk, right?
Yeah.
Like it's supposed to be
because that's how you make whipped cream. You just whisk the heavy whipping cream with like vanilla or whatever flavoring you put in there and it's supposed to come out.
So it's literally just a whipped cream infusion, but it's instant coffee instead of just like a flavor.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm going to be an asshole for a second.
Oh, no.
That shit's stupid as fuck. I'm on record. That's stupid as fuck. Oh, we made like this really cool infusion for coffee. Cool. You know what's an infusion? Coffee is an infusion. Get out of here. Get off the internet. All right. Well, podcast is over now.
Oh my God.
I mean, I've had a lot of people mention it because I've gotten super into coffee over this time of being bored. And like, I'm now on the pour over game after being on the French press game. And I can say that I do think pour over is better than French press.
Yes. Oh, thank you. Finally.
Yeah. I mean, they're both good and they're both better than like normal drip coffee from a coffee pot machine. Like it is.
Oh, it's going to be because it's concentrated.
Yeah, it is leaps and bounds ahead of it. And I feel like it's not like super hot, like really quick, like burn the shit out of it. And like, because the grind or the grind is like coarser, that it like I don't know, like something about like the process of making drip coffee and the process of making French press or pour over is just like, it doesn't hurt my body. It makes me feel better about drinking the coffee. I don't know. I drink it without anything now. Like I'm just drinking straight black coffee.
I'm so
like,
proud of you. You're truly an adult finally.
Oh my God. I got some dark matter from down the street, supporting local.
Which blend?
That's the basic one. Love Supreme, I think is what it is.
Oh, okay, with the little raccoon and squirrel on it.
Yeah. And then Giant Steps, which they said is just that, but the dark roast.
Oh my God.
And I was like, I'm gonna go basic here. They didn't have like any of the special ones in stock right now, so couldn't go too crazy with it. So I'm like, I'll just get the couple basics, you know, we'll taste the difference. We'll experiment. We'll try it out.
Oh my God.
Right.
I mean, the thing with French press is because you have the oils of the coffee in. So it's better to use like darker roasts because it's more oily of a bean. So that's why it's going to feel heavier when you drink it. And you might feel like that kind of just in general, the oiliness.
Yeah. And
when you're doing a pour over, it's going to just be more concentrated. So you're going to get the aromatics that come out. And then you can also agitate it with a spoon if you want, depending on the blend.
Oh, I'm very agitated.
Oh, we know you are. we know you are.
I'm gonna be an asshole. I'm very agitated.
But the best way, usually those work better with like Brazilians and Honduran blends. I usually drink Ethiopian. So unless I feel like it's kind of bland or it's like a store-bought Ethiopian and not from, an independent roaster like I usually get it from, then that's how I'll make it taste a little bit better, because you're mixing around the coffee grind. So it's getting souped in differently.
So Folgers is not like an independent coffee brewer.
Oh, I mean, maybe at one point, but not anymore.
Not independent. So don't drink Folgers. Or
just don't. Just love yourself.
Or whipped coffee or any stupid shit. Like,
I mean, you can have whipped coffee if you're feeling it, but if your arm falls off in the process from whipping it because you just got to do this, that's on you.
Lizzie is a coffee connoisseur.
I am. I'm Black Apron certified through Starbucks, and I have trained at Counterculture and Metric Coffee.
Counterculture
Coffee.
I love that.
Down on the West Loop on Ada Street.
Yeah, Lizzie actually knows her shit, and I appreciate it because I've decided to get more into it. What's making me furious about the fact that I've gotten into it now?
It's expensive.
Right? Is A, it's expensive, yeah. But B is now like, I'll go out to go to the grocery store and drive by a Starbucks that has a enormous drive-through line.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why? I don't understand why you're all here at the Starbucks. A, this isn't like whatever you have at home is probably better than this. And you're waiting in line for hours. Who has that time? Who has the time? And I know right now we have like an abundance of time.
We have an infinite amount of time, so it really doesn't matter.
I know. I cannot imagine myself like sitting in a drive-through line that takes like an hour just to get a Starbucks coffee.
It's not worth it, especially when there are independent like stores open right now that don't have that long of a line because people don't want to spend the same amount of money that they're spending at Starbucks for a better cup of coffee.
It's so fucking stupid. Like, I literally was like getting as agitated as the coffee bean stirred. I was that agitated. I was so agitated looking at all of these fucking people sitting in this line for a Starbucks. I'm becoming real old, guys. I'm becoming very.
The quarantine is making him more crotchety than he already is.
Thanks for tuning in every week and listening to my mania.
Oh gosh.
Not Fall Out Boys mania, but
no, we should be listening to Fall Out Boys mania.
Yeah, Peter, I think you have a point. If you don't want to be home, you're going to procrastinate the fuck out of not going home. I get that. I am very happy being home, so I don't need to like spend that much time out in the world. I will say that way too many people are like out of the home in a place, in a location, like
not social distancing.
Like, oh my God, I was getting very angry at the grocery store with how many people.
I want to see Brian go off at somebody at like never. Target for not social distancing.
Here's the thing. I won't do that because I'm non-confrontational, but I will like look at them and just be like, I'm here. I'll talk shit on the internet. I'm literally a keyboard warrior that started a podcast so that I can like talk it out because I'm like, I don't want to type all this. No. None of the boomers are wearing a mask or anything. I have seen only like people our age, like mid to late 20s, early 30s, like they're the ones not wearing masks. And
yeah, that I've seen more kids than, I mean, at least in my town when I've gone out, I see a lot more older people wearing masks and everything. I see more like Karens not wearing masks, or they put it on like not over their nose, or they'll like take it off as soon as they like get outside. I'm like, wait till you're just in your car. Just wait. Like, just chill. The Karen.
Karens. So I guess it's becoming a bigger meme now too. So we're right on time with this Karen meme as well.
My favorite thing, at least in my town, because it's like suburbia, so you have a lot of kids out. You'll see like preteens or teenagers hanging out in groups, and they like won't social distance from each other. But if they meet up with some other kids, they social distance with them. Like, I was walking in to pick up a smoothie, and there was these like teenage girls in front of the door, and I'm like, please move, like just get out of the way. You're in front of the door. This is giving me anxiety. And then they ran into the boys, but the boys were social distance away, and all the girls were together. I'm like, what is this? This is insane.
The boys.
So that I've also seen that a lot, which doesn't make any sense to me.
No. And like, listen, I'm not going to be one to say that like there are a lot of people saying a lot of different things, and of course someone will hear something and then they'll telephone it down to everybody else, and like the message gets lost in it. Like the video of a lady who cut a hole in her mask so it was easier to breathe. It's like there's so many there's just like crazy fucking information like that. And like even now that Illinois has passed like that they'll fine you if you're not wearing it. I think it says it's just inside if you're unable to social distance.
You don't need to wear your mask if you're like going for a walk, but you have to social distance. But plus, like, you can asphyxiate yourself. It's a hard word. Okay.
It's a really hard word.
It's a hard word. But you can do that to yourself if you're wearing like those N95 masks or something that doesn't have like those breathable out filters. Because it changes the way that you breathe.
Yeah.
And like, for me, when I wear them, it fogs up my glasses. So you kind of have to change the time you're breathing out. And it's just not good to wear all the time. There was actually a couple weeks ago, a guy, I don't remember where it was. It was somewhere in the US, but he was driving with that mask on, didn't take it off, and then asphyxiated himself, and he drove into a tree and died. So don't be like that.
Like,
so you don't need to wear a mask when you're going for a walk, TLDR.
And like,
as long as you're able to social distance.
Yeah.
But keep your mask with you just in case you suddenly can't, or you need to stop in the store or something.
Yeah, that's just like I get it, like that the information is not 100% clear. This is not something that is part of our culture, like to wear a mask like it is in some other cultures. They wear masks when they are sick because they don't want to get other people sick, and it's Japan. It's Japan.
I mean, they're also very fashionable with it.
They're very fashionable with them. Korea does it too. Not 100% about other countries right now, but you're welcome for the ads. Thanks for watching it. Sorry. Also, we have ads now. Yeah, the rules aren't clear. People are not going to know. People are going to do whatever. I saw people like rollerblading outside with masks on earlier when I went to get the mail, and I'm like, they don't need to do that, man. Like, you're not anywhere near anybody. You're out in the world right now. You're just breathing air. So I don't know. It's also like the impact that like other people's expectations of how everybody else should wear masks, and how we are now going to have people that are going to be shaming us for not wearing masks. And I don't like that. When it's like, oh, I'm outside by myself, you should be wearing a mask. It's like literally not part of what they pass as the law. Like, if you look at like the recommendations from experts, like, I don't have time. I don't have the articles. I'm not ready for you. But
I'm
like,
not
I don't
ready
want to
for
be, but I also am like so scared of being shamed.
I just like to use the fact that I'm like, I work in a newsroom, so you cannot literally tell me what to fucking do.
I work in a newsroom. Make way. Make way.
Make
I'm in
way.
a newsroom.
I'm in a newsroom. I know these standards and you don't. Don't wear a fucking mask outside.
Don't wear outside. Soon people are gonna look like Mike Wazowski. Only one eye. Or the other meme where it like face swaps.
Oh god.
Still, yeah.
And it's oh god.
I don't know. Just read articles. Don't shame people. Like,
or you can do is just go on the Illinois government state site and it actually just has everything literally there.
Yeah.
That's it. Like you don't need anything else. You just need that.
Yeah.
They also have the entire restore plan, the 5-phase plan for anybody who didn't see that for at least Illinois. They have it all on that site. So you don't even need to bounce around to different news orgs. You can just read it straight from there and not get any other interpretations.
We are making sure that everyone is properly informed so that you don't do bad shames. I guess.
And you don't call my radio station at midnight to yell at me about dumb shit. Thank
Guys, you. Please don't call a radio station ever. Ever.
If you're trying to win something, fine. If you're calling to yell at me on dumb shit, don't.
Dashni, I need to say thank you real quick.
Yes, Dashni, thank you.
This will be the part of the podcast where I take a break from our conversation and thank a friend. Dashni, thank you for subscribing. You've been an absolute delight. And I hope that you continue to enjoy delighting. I don't know what I'm saying. I haven't come up with what we're saying as a thank you yet. Somebody's setting off fireworks outside of my house? What the fuck?
Wow, I didn't know you guys get wild out there.
Yeah. Still illegal, guys. Put those away. Still illegal. I don't appreciate it.
Don't be such a dad.
Peter, you can call and complain about 90 Day Fiancé.
Yeah, any day.
We'll talk about 90 Day Fiancé. I still am at the same part of the episodes. We started watching it with our roommate's boyfriend here. So like we had like a group of people that are watching it all together. And now we're like, oh, well, we can't watch it unless we're all like together. We're all free. We're all available. And it's like, well, that hasn't happened. So now we're kind of stuck. So I need to pick up and eventually we'll need to just say, fuck it. We're watching 90 Day Fiancé, whether you like it or not. Like catch up on your own fucking time.
You'll catch up and then you can just like Google like whatever happened in between.
Yeah, exactly.
It's fine.
There you go. We've talked about 90 Day Fiancé. But I do want to go back to talking about the reopening thing because I do feel like it's important to see a bit of a light at the end of the tunnel. And I say that I don't like being shamed because I do feel like I am doing my part on my own and I've not left this house forever. So I'm doing my fucking part. And I, like everybody else, definitely want to be able to go to venues, go to see live music, support people who need support right now in just by utilizing the economy, just basic human existence. I would love to do that again. So I do agree with shaming in pursuit of that. But also there is a specific plan now laid out that we can see a light at the end of the tunnel. We can know where we're going and we can do the right thing in and of ourselves to get to that point. So Lizzie, I know you know way more about that. And so I'm going to let you speak on it rather than me.
So just to break it down in the simplest terms, we have 5 phases and the 5 phases are basically designed for each region. So say if you're in Southern Illinois where you don't have that many cases, as long as you adhere to certain medical standards and guidelines for coronavirus cases and hospitalizations for coronavirus cases, you can open up quicker. But since we are in like the Chicago and Chicagoland area, we're not going to really be in that. So we're not going to be as expedited as other parts of Illinois.
Yeah.
And that's something everyone just is going to have to accept because that's just the reality of it. Right now we're in phase 2. and like partially into phase 3, which means we're starting to reopen more like curbside pickups and some services, but people need to wear masks and practice social distancing. In phase 3 too, once you get there, you can start to open some workout places, for example, but it can only be open for outdoor classes or for one-on-one training. So again, there's still some, discrepancies when it comes to it. And then there can also be some other services like some salon services. But again, there's going to be a lot of, safety provisions that you're going to have to go through, and not everything is going to come back immediately with it. So I don't know if you can necessarily like get your eyebrows waxed, for example, in
My
phase
eyebrows
3.
are fine. So
you can just pluck them. It's fine. It builds character.
No, they're great. I'm getting old. They're getting bushy. It's fine.
Phase 4, more things are basically going to open up, but not everything. So the very last thing that will open up are like concert venues. And that's like phase 5, because those are large events. And that's supposed to be the total reopening of the economy. And obviously we're going to have a lot of different things change whenever that comes back.
Right.
They think there's some projections that says that at least for Illinois, Chicagoland area, we should be back in like phase 3, hopefully, and like near the end of phase 4 by August. That also includes some like office spaces allowing people to come in and work, but they still have to social distance and still have to wear masks if they can't social distance and like take their temperatures. So those are the things that kind of come into it. But, as for shows and concerts, it could be more realistically till like maybe the end of fall if we're lucky. But, we're also projected to have another resurgence of this. So it could be like we slide back down. But again, it's all projections. It's all hypotheticals. The most you can do is just, keep doing what everyone's doing and hope for the best. And that sucks to say, but nobody can control nature. Maybe Grimes and Elon Musk weird baby.
First of all,
that's it.
Yeah, that baby was born with the power to control nature. I agree.
I really like that. If anybody watched American Horror Story, the apocalypse season, which I think was completely fucking stupid. Besides the fact, but they had the Antichrist son, and people were comparing the Antichrist son to Grimes and Elon Musk's kid.
Of course. We can get into that too. That's it. I have nothing else to say about fucking Elon Musk and Grimes' kid. Like you're exactly who
the kid
you
was
are,
named a bunch of symbols.
You always have been that. Like you are who you are. No one is surprised. You did something that's not surprising because you're surprising people. Moving on with our lives. Yeah. So I mean that really is all we can say about like do your part. Like you don't have to control everybody else. Of course, take care of yourself, do the things that you need to do for you. Shame the people in your life. Don't shame strangers. Let's put it. How about that? How about like,
yeah, you don't know about strangers because there has been a lot of, really unfortunate events this week. Granted, they were workers, so they were supposed to tell people to like wear a mask inside who have gotten killed by people because they are insane. So be careful. Like, I was walking past, there was that dumb protest. I use that in every air quote possible, near the Thompson Center last week. And for, to reopen Illinois. And I almost walked past, but I was like, let me be real with myself. As much as I would like to go and protest against these dumb assholes, I don't know what they're capable of. And I know a lot of them probably have guns.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of them are crazy. And I'm not going to risk that.
Like, there is a better way for you as a concerned citizen, a private concerned citizen, to make your point heard, make yourself known without having to like go put yourself in a position of danger. And of course, protesting right now is a position of danger, whether it's because of a protester or whether it's because of the potential
everyone being
to spread
together.
The disease. Yeah.
Well, even when I was walking, because I try to walk further away from there, I was walking to work, and there were still people like not wearing masks, and you can just tell by, of course, that they were coming from the protest or going to the protest, and they were just making fun of people wearing masks. And like, these are adults. These are like 30 to 50 to 60-year-olds.
Jesus Christ.
Making fun of people wearing masks. And it's like, you know, you obviously have the civil right and liberty to go protest.
You have
but
it.
You are literally joking around about people dying.
Like, I can't fathom it. Like, and that's just, as a person who is just, I believe in science. I believe that there are people out there that are
I'm so glad.
Yeah. Like, there are people out there that are doing the hard work so that I don't have to, right? Like, that's what society is. Like, people do their part. People inform each other about what's happening in the society. And we go, yes, you are the expert in that thing. I will listen to that. And like, I just cannot fathom what the idea is on the other side of this about closing the economy that like it is going through their heads. I cannot understand the argument. If you think that this is a hoax, if you think that this is fake, if you think this is a conspiracy theory, a theory that there is a conspiracy, that's what a conspiracy theory is. Some people don't even fucking know that. If you think that, please turn this podcast off now. Please stay out of our Twitch stream. But like, do tell me why you think that. Because I would like to know, and then I'd be like, all right, now please don't consume any more of my content.
It's like, okay, I got my answer. Goodbye.
I got my answer. Thank you. But yeah, I just don't get it. I can't. I don't know. I usually try to pride myself on being able to see other sides and see all of the different viewpoints, and I got nothing. I have no idea why they think that like this would be something we're just gonna do it to fuck with you, Karens. It's all fucking Karens. It's all the fucking Karens.
It's all literally just Karens.
Have you seen people? Oh man, it stopped. Peter, it stopped you from saying thought. You're allowed to say thought in our chat.
Yeah.
Because no one uses it anymore, but also I just think it's funny. I lost my train of thought. Did you see people that like there were women that were like, calling someone a Karen is a racist term?
Yeah, that was the whole like social discourse of like last week, and people wrote like whole ass articles about like why it's not offensive at all. And I'm like, this should just be inherently known why it's not offensive or discriminatory.
Yeah, it is.
And I did find something really funny. Somebody had posted like, I've always wondered why I really hate Whoopi Goldberg. And I'm like, that's a really fucking weird thing to have in your life, but all right. And she Googled Whoopi Goldberg's actual name. It's a stage name. A lot of people have stage names. And her real name is Karen with a Y.
Oh boy.
So we all have our answer. So if you randomly hate Whoopi Goldberg for no reason, rhyme or reason really, that's probably why.
She's being a Karen.
She's being a Karen the whole way through.
Boy. Yeah, so it's not racist to call somebody Karen, because I kind of believe that you can't be racist to white people.
It's inherently impossible. You can be prejudiced, you cannot be racist.
Yes. I am prejudiced against white people, so I get that. Like, I understand white people, so I go, yeah, no, I get it.
Oh, I would hope you would.
I understand. We do not stand Karens.
Absolutely not.
I feel like I cannot get into controversial topics on this podcast lately.
Hey, it's a state of the world we live in. It's pretty much like, oh, hey, look, there's aliens too. And people are like, no, it's not really aliens. I'm like, the CIA and FBI said they're aliens. And Tom DeLonge's been out here busting his ass for everyone.
Listen, he didn't make Angels and Airwaves because he didn't have a message to tell us.
Just think about it.
This is the adventure.
I mean, Aliens Exist, the Blink-182 song. What do you think he was trying to tell us?
He was trying to tell us that he's a kid who is out of high school, but he's always going to be in high school.
Jesus Christ.
So this is recorded on Wednesday. On Thursdays, I think, going forward for the foreseeable future, I will be streaming Rock Band on Twitch. So I have the ability to play guitar and sing, and that's it for right now. I don't have drums for the moment. But I have been going back into the catalogs of what I downloaded in like fucking 2011. Like,
damn,
it's been a long time since I played that game.
Were you my age during that point?
I think so. It was like right after college. I was still living at home, like with my mom. So it was a long, long time ago. Like, I don't think I ever took those with me when I moved to any other apartments. I think they're always stayed like
this is staying here. Place. The dark memories in my past.
listen. If I move out of this place and I become single, like, I don't want to have a girl over and she's like, "Oh, fuck is this shit?" And it's like, yeah, you're right. Listen,
you're right.
Thank you, but like, yeah, you're right. I get it.
That's the age divide that we had, because someone in my age range would be like, "Oh yeah, that's sick. Let's play Rock Band." They'd be like, "It'd be like sick."
Yeah, no.
You would be like, "Sir, you're a man, an adult."
I noticed that you have children's instrument toys in your.
Where's your real instruments, sir? Like an adult that I'm gonna need you to not play and do and go to your actual job.
Here's the thing: if I even said I am in a band, they'd be like, "That's kind of worse." Like, you can actually do this, and instead you're pretending. Like, well, yeah, but So what you're saying is
I want actual large crowds to cheer me on in Rock Band because they don't do it in person.
But like, why do you think I got into Rock Band in the first place? Like, why the fuck do you think I was into those games? It's like, oh my god, they're finally appreciating what I'm doing. Emo musician,
don't do that to anybody you ever date, please. To anybody out there, literally anybody.
Can't anymore because they stopped making these.
If you still some reason have your Rock Band sets or Guitar Hero sets, don't fucking do that.
Yeah. First of all, don't. Second of all, like everything else right now, Rock Band things are being price gouged on all these websites. So if you have it, like, first of all, you can make some money off of it right now. But second of all, don't price gouge, please. And also, if you own any instruments for PlayStation, please give them to me, because I don't have them for PlayStation. I have them for Xbox 360, but I'd love to transfer over so I don't have to have my Xbox 360 anymore. So if you have them, let me know. I'd love to.
My God.
I'd love to make a deal. I think, okay, so I
think he's halfway decent.
Yeah, I am very out of practice. Like, I used to have all of that like motor skill with the button pressing, and I still play an expert, but I'm definitely like not as good as I used to be.
But can you do that Dragon Force 5 song on expert? No, it's a real question.
No one can do that. And if you can do that, I'm happy for you. I'm real happy for you if you can do that. Like, you know who can't do that? Dragon Force.
Yeah.
Like, they speed up the recording of it, and they're not playing that fast live. So like, Dragon Force can't do it. If you can do it, very proud of you.
You know who could probably do it?
Who?
Grimes and Elon Musk's kid.
You got me on that one. So I'm I do really mean fuck you. So I am not terrible, but I am out of practice. So the more that I play, the better I'll get. Obviously, there are some songs that are much easier. So I've been going through the back catalog. Like, I was like, I don't own any of the Blink-182 songs. And you know what? I would like to now. I've gotten much more into Blink-182 since then. I used to fucking hate Blink-182. And I'm still not the biggest fan. But the Untitled album is now like hitting me a lot different in this time of my life for some reason.
I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, I don't know why.
That's like the weirdest time of your life to have it hit. Not it as really like, is, an adolescent.
Yeah. I don't know if it's like because it's like so not childish. It was just like a little bit more like
adult.
We were this way, and now we are trying to be a little bit more mature, trying to be like musicians and still like keeping like the same sound and bringing it into like that time. I'm like, I get it now. I didn't get it then. I get it now. So I downloaded those. I downloaded some other stuff.
You're leaving Dashni behind here, Brian.
Okay, so I'm not saying like, oh man, I fucking love Blink-182, because I don't. I just don't. I do think that a lot of their music is like really pedestrian, really boring. Like just okay, cool, but like it's like the same reason I don't listen to Green Day a lot is like, yeah, okay, like all right, it's not bad. Like if I'm at an emo party, for example, and somebody plays All the Small Things, I'll listen to it, I'll sing it, I'll be enjoying my time, but I'm not like, cool, I'm going home and I'm going to listen to fucking Blink-182. Like, I don't know. It just makes no sense to me. I don't get Blink-182. Like you're a band full of children at the time. Now you're adults. Now I just don't get their fucking music at all. Like, why are you?
Yeah,
doing
no.
this?
When they came out with California, I was like, ugh.
It just crashing.
I tried, and everyone was like, "It's just really good." I'm like, I just don't.
It's just not.
It just isn't, guys. Let's just please accept it.
Yeah.
I mean, when I saw them at Metro for their Lala after show, and I was like, please don't play Bored to Death or I am leaving this venue.
They open with it and you're like, fine.
Their fourth fucking song. I was like,
goodbye. Goodbye.
And then they played like 3 other new ones. And then they played Violence. I'm like, well, I legally have to stay here.
Violence is so good.
Oh, yeah.
Very good song. So anyway, main point. I will be playing as okay as I can be on Twitch on Thursdays, 7:30. Taking requests, playing songs, just kind of jamming out. It's more of like a DJ set where I fuck up the songs constantly.
Love it.
More than a like a gaming channel thing. So yeah, it'll just be a request and hang out and listen to the music, the same as Fridays, which I'll still be doing. Friday DJ. Playing whatever. If Dash Nano, you were there on Friday, and like we just hang out, we just jam songs, send me requests, tell me what you want to hear, and I'll do it.
Cool, thanks.
Yeah, that's all I got. That's
all you got for it. Now, one thing I wanted to ask you, because in my class that I'm taking for podcasting, ironically enough, so it's a very easy A, my professor had made us read this article from this WAPO pop music critic. And he was like, I just don't like podcasts because it's just noise. And it's just people talking to talk. And I was like,
yep.
Yeah, that's what it is. But here's the thing. Do you enjoy listening to people talk when you are not talking to people?
Yeah. First of all, that is exactly what it is, and that's exactly what I wanted.
His argument was, well, what if people are just talking about normal everyday things? And I'm like, well, that's what it can be, unless it's a specialty podcast. Like for some weird reason, I got super deep. This is probably why I should work overnight, because I don't get a lot of sleep, so I get to go on a crazy way of thinking. Yeah. I was like, you know what? I'm going to listen to this podcast series by Amanda Knox, the woman who was in jail for murder in Italy and then acquitted. She has her own podcast series about different murders. It was like a 6-part series of the Jonestown Massacre. And I got like way too deep into it. So if anyone wants to talk about
nope. Please don't talk to Lizzie about this.
It's very...
Please don't talk to Lizzie about this.
It was a lot. And I like fell asleep with it in. I fell asleep with it on the train home with it in. So, like seats in your brain or whatever the shit like that is. It's probably like when you put like headphones on like a mother's belly and then like the kid absorbs it or some shit like that. It's probably like that, where it just gets into your mind.
I just want you to be reminded that this is being recorded to be released as a podcast. But no, all right. So listen, no one's listening to this part. No one can hear this part, right? I've deleted it. This isn't live. Like I'm not recording right now.
Oh no.
Are you good?
Am I good?
Are you good? You shouldn't. Don't ask it back to me. Am I? Yeah, please don't murder anybody in your sleep, I guess is what I'm asking.
I don't think I'm going to do it to that extent.
I'm telling.
I mean, listen,
it should be fair.
Okay, listen, I've been like watching these shows since I was like a child, and I haven't done anything.
Yet.
Listen?
Yet. Listen?
Here's where it won't happen. I'm deathly terrified of sharp objects.
Good.
So there's that.
So you're not the used, is what you're telling me.
Listen, I have to have. So I'm always going to have to live with another person in some form because I'm scared to cut things, like cut food, because I'm scared I'm going to cut myself, because I actually cut myself with a butter knife when I was a kid and I bled a lot, and I'm scared of blood. That's not supposed to come out of my body. So that's where we are. And that's probably why I would never murder someone, because I see the blood and I'd be like, oh my God. And then like I pass out or something.
Well, at least we've recorded this now. So like we can always play this back. Like, what was the date on that podcast? It was recorded on the 6th of May, 2020. All right. Well, we know that it couldn't be Lizzie because
she's fucking terrified.
Said it on a podcast, a thing that is made to just be noise and people who want to hear themselves talk. So we
listen,
know
Ashley says here she falls asleep watching SVU every night. She's fine. So
I understand that because I've seen a lot of things and I'm like, yeah, it's not me. I have never once in my life described it as I've never once described it in my life as, you know how like moms play music to their babies while they're in the womb and it like, you know, they get the emotion and the feeling behind it. I've never described something like that ever.
Listen, I just want to say that first of all, Dashi said you can kill someone without getting all bloody, so there's that.
I mean, I'm not going to list them off, but I almost did. I was like,
oh my God, see, you're catching yourself. There's a lot of reasons why, as a teenager and in early adulthood, like my early 20s, like when I was 21 and so, I didn't have a lot of friends. And I think that's why I didn't have a lot of friends. Is it because you
murdered all of them?
No.
You must also love asking the tough questions.
No, I did have one who was really obsessed with Lady Gaga. And then we had a falling out because he was like a psychopath and like a compulsive liar.
Is it also because Born This Way wasn't as good as the Fame Monster?
Yeah, because like, also that came out. Came out, and I was like, it's not as good as Fame Monster, and never will be. So then they wrote a diss track for me, and it dissed My Chemical Romance.
Oh no! Oh no!
And that was high school.
So this is the person you want to murder, is what you're saying?
I feel like after that, I feel like most people would understand, like that's a bad take.
I mean, maybe not a court of law, but potentially
among my peers, among my scene,
a jury of your peers who have to be emo. Otherwise, who are you to judge me?
There's probably music videos that had the same thing. It's fine. We can just take it from that, transplant it over.
God.
Great.
Oh my God.
And now the chat's just different ways you can kill people. Nobody actually kill anybody, please.
Yeah, I would. Guys, this is this is on the record. On the record.
On the record, everyone. Not just in this MCR, yeah. In this climate and day and age, I feel like most people would be like, I feel that. They're like that one song. It's like a bunch of people that are like, yo, oh, that one song, Black Parade? Yeah, that hits. I get it.
Sorry, I'm trying to find a transition point where we're not talking about murder anymore.
Anyway, so you don't want to murder the music scene, do you?
It didn't work.
Please.
We're still on it.
Well, you know how you could support the scene then so it's not murdered by the pandemic is by contacting your local state representative.
If you just hit the subscribe button at the top, you can get more content like this from us every week. My mania has finally transferred over to you.
You couldn't tell. You couldn't tell by the fact that so every 2 Wednesdays we put out the music cast in the morning, and I sent over the script for Brian to record, and I was always told if you're doing like promotional writing or fun writing, instead of like traditional news writing, you should make it fun. So if anyone listened to the 1975 new music releases, I heard Brian originally recording. He was like, "What the fuck are you writing?"
It was like, if you're too shy, let this 1975 know. I was like, what the fuck is this? Who talks like this? What? Yeah. And then I just read it again. I'm like, okay, there you go. I got it for you. As I've also learned, like, lean into it. Just like, all right, like, you wrote it. I'm going to read it. I'm going to put it out there for you. Put it into the world. It may feel weird to say,
because I was going to just say, like, hey, you could write it yourself too if you really wanted to.
Nope. Nope.
You're stuck with these things.
Because I don't know. I did think it was funny. Like, I think that, like...
Oh, no, I think people are going to be like, this is fucking dumb but hilarious.
Oh, yeah. Make sure you check those out. Lizzie works really hard on on them to be more like a short news podcast every other Wednesday. So we had one that came out today on Wednesday, May 6th. So the next one will be a couple weeks from now. They're really cool. I record my parts and then I listen to it back because I'm like, what is Lizzie's part of this? Because I don't hear your part. And I'm like, oh, this is good. This is cool.
Yeah.
Like, I learned all this shit.
Bit more.
Yeah, I learned all this shit from you now. I'm also reading it and I'm like, is this true? Like, I just found this out.
Is this true?
I didn't know Rage postponed their tour until I read it all.
See, we have information that, if you're not on social media like Brian, you may not see, or if you don't follow certain things, bands, you don't see it as often. And then we also throw in some new music headlines that, you should check out. And some of them, I'm trying to find more like underground indie bands. So you should definitely check a lot of those out. One of my favorites this week is Destroy Boys. They're like punk, emo, very high energy. They were supposed to go on tour with Sad Summerfest, but that just got canceled this afternoon.
Yeah, saw that. Man, what a sad summer fest.
As an actual sad summer.
It makes sense now.
It all comes together. Pitchfork was also canceled this morning too. No surprise there.
Yeah, that's also fine to me.
Yeah, I really wanted to see Dogleg, but I also didn't want to go and see literally everybody else at Pitchfork. The 2 times I went to Pitchfork, I went for free through work, so I didn't have to pay, which thank God. I pretty much was there, and usually my festival attire, I have a mini punk vest and punk jean jackets that I just switch off with different patches and everything. Mm-hmm. So I was wearing one of those, and I think it was the one that I have. I had this really, really old. It was like my first My Chemical Romance band shirt I bought. I think I was like 15 or 16, and it's a Queen of the Damned shirt. It was at Hot Topic, and it says My Chemical Romance. And I like DIY'd it and modded it, as a teenager, as you do, and cut holes in it. And I was like, well, I want to say this is cool. So I put it as a back patch. So I had that, and then I had all my other pins and patches. And I walk in, and I'm just like wearing like, I think it was like jean shorts or something, like a band shirt, nothing out of the ordinary. And I walk in, I'm like, I am so fucking not in my scene right now. And I was like, it was kind of like you walk in, and you're like, I'm best dressed. And then everyone turns around and they're like, excuse me, are you in the right place?
She doesn't even go here.
Ma'am? Literally, that's what it was. I was like saying, I'm like, I just want to hear Julian Baker and I want to cry about it. And everyone was just kind of like, what are you doing? And then I was like, well, fuck you guys. I'm going to Warped Tour tomorrow anyway.
Oh my God. Yeah. Like you just mentioned the name of a band from Pitchfork. And to me, it's like, that's how every band at Pitchfork is named. It's just like random words strung together to look cool. And like, I hate it. I hate it. I'm going to be an asshole for a second. I hate it. That's it. I hate it.
Peter, I was talking about murder while Peter was at the drive-thru window. Well, I hope that they enjoyed.
Yeah, let me get a murder.
Murder. Were you at Wendy's because they don't have any more meat? You only get chicken from there.
Chicken is meat.
Like beef meat.
I don't want to alarm you here, Lizzie. Chicken is meat.
I mean, like beefy meat.
Like beefy meat.
Arby's.
Arby's, they have the meats.
Well, they do. Arby's has good Jamocha shakes. I will give everyone that.
Give that to everybody. Wait, are you giving everybody a shake?
No.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you subscribe to the Emo Social Club on Twitch, emosocialclub.tv, Lizzie will bring you an Arby's Jamocha shake.
Oh my God.
By practicing social distancing, by just leaving it outside of your place of living, and then telling you all about murder as you come to pick it up. I don't think listen, she's not actually going to do that.
I'm not going to do that.
But let's find out. What do you got to lose?
Peter, what do I got to lose? Yeah,
don't worry about it.
It's fine.
I'm going to be an asshole here for a second. Just hit subscribe. Lizzie will buy you a shake. Oh boy. This is a fun, loose episode.
Right? Exactly. I was like, oh, I don't know, but we'll see whatever happens.
I think at this point, I've stopped having as many Zoom calls with my friends at this point because in the beginning we were looking at it as let's just be April, we'll be chill, let's just hang out for a bit, we can do this. And now that it's the beginning of May and we've got another month to go, I think everyone I know is just I don't fucking care, dude. I've gone this long without you. I don't need you anymore. And I'm so I appreciate just getting together with friends and talking and chatting with you about news and facts and so this is more I enjoy hanging out with you.
Oh, thank you. I'm so happy. I enjoy hanging out with you too.
Thank you. You're the one person.
I
have been trying to get other people on to join us. It's just been tough with everybody's schedules because also now that we're been in this for a while, people are starting to adapt to their new environment and starting to actually make other plans. And it's stop, I need you. I'm your friend.
Right. Yeah. I felt bad. My friends from work and we usually try to do a Zoom hangout every week or every other week. And today they were like, oh, we'll do it from 5 to 6. And I was like, you know what? Just straight up, I just don't fucking want to.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even being mean. I love them and everything, but I'm I just don't want to do that right now.
Yeah. Look, I get that too. From some people, it's dude, I've been talking to you this whole time, or I just don't feel like getting on and communicating in that way anymore. I have gotten kind of tired of group Zoom calls because it's really hard to talk to people over it. So I get that part of it, just the actual process of doing it, the actual technical side of it. I'm I fucking hate this. Everybody needs to connect their computer to Ethernet. I'm just saying, everybody.
Yeah, my computer now that I'm in my little studio is connected to Ethernet and it's great.
Yeah, it just your quality of life living and working at home is just going to go up exponentially if you connect your computer to Ethernet. Exponential is not really the right term for that, but I'm going to say that it is.
Egregious.
Egregious. Ergonomic egregiousness.
But
ergonomic Ethernet egregiousness. It's all E's words.
If you're also in the same boat though as us where you're getting tired or of communicating with so many people at once. I mean, that's just social fatigued and you can't do anything about it but just recharge. And I feel that a lot of people now are more sympathetic and understanding to that because now people who are usually out and about are much more extroverted. Now they kind of have to adapt and see. I mean, this is me as somebody who is... I mean, that's coming from me as somebody who's primarily an extrovert, unless I'm in brand new situations that I'm just
yeah. Of course.
When I went to emo night literally by myself one night and I was for probably 30 minutes. And I ran to people I knew. I was like, oh my God, thank God.
Oh, thank you. I thought I was going to have to make a new friend and Drake told me not to.
I was out of business cards too, so I couldn't even talk to anybody like a normal person.
This is going to be the episode we find out you're a complete sociopath. That's the title of this episode.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I actually, and this is, I'm not going to get too specific with the story just in case, but I had people that were trying to get me, as a group from college, over 10 years ago, to get together to hang out on Zoom. And I was like, I haven't spoken to the majority of you since you or I left college. Why now, just because we're in this situation, do we have to talk and hang out? It seemed like really weird. And like at first I'm just like, I'm not really interested. I'm not really about that. So I'm just not even gonna respond. Like I'm just gonna leave the message. And then the message just kept coming in, just like kept rolling in for like the last few days. And I'm like, I feel really bad. Like I feel bad that I'm not responding, but I'm also like, why is it my response? This is how I think of things. This is how my brain works. It's like, why is it my responsibility to provide an entire group of people, even if I'm the only one who's like not into it, even if I'm the only person against the idea of like hanging out, talking, being a human fucking being with somebody else, even if I am the only person who does not want to do that, why is it my responsibility to jump into a chat full of people to say I'm not interested, or to say, or if you can't even say that, like, oh, I just don't want to. You have to like say, oh man, like I would love to, like I'm just super busy that night. Next time though, like hit me up next time, because I'm not coming next time either.
Because he's actually going to take you up, because it's not like a physical meet. He's going to take you up on it.
And like, different people are having different experiences right now in this situation. So like somebody like me is doing pretty much like, I'm good at home. Like I'm good, like hanging out, talking to people as we can, as we want to. I don't have to all the time. I don't need that constant interaction with people. I'm pretty good on my own. And I can understand that other people are not like that. Other people are social. Other people may be like at home with their families. These are people with kids and families. So like, I get it. Like I get the need to like talk to new people and have other people. I'm just personally good. And I hate when I'm like the one person in a group that is that person. And it's like, I just don't see the point in this, but I don't want to be the guy who jumps into the chat and says, hey, not super into this idea. You guys enjoy though. Cause like, then I'm that.
You can always just straight up leave the chat though.
Then I feel like that's like, I feel like the level of passive aggression, not responding in the chat is like number 2. And number 1 is Brian has left the chat. Like, I feel like that is way more passive aggressive than if I just didn't respond. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm like, my brain does not work as normal in these.
I mean, like I have definitely done that to people where for some weird reason I get thrown into like a group chat and I just fucking leave, and I'll like text somebody else if it's like a group of friends I know and be like, that was fucking stupid. I just didn't want that. And they're like, I already get it. And I'm like, I don't got fucking time to have my phone blast off for shit I don't need.
Oh my God.
Like when I have to do work. So
you get like 70 fucking messages from everybody.
It's ridiculous.
It's like,
I mean, like, I will say this is a little bit near it. I was talking to 2 of my friends at work. We have like a group chat, and one of them has been like super like anxious about like the news and everything and being on social distance lockdown. Mm-hmm. And he was joking around with me about like, what was the latest update? And then my other friend came in and said, yeah, Lizzie, give me the headlines. And I'm like, I don't know if you're being sarcastic or an asshole, but I kind of know where you live, and I will hop on the brown line and find where you live.
Lizzie, careful. This is going to be brought back up in a court of law. I just want you to be sure. I've stopped recording. We're not streaming right now. I just want you to understand. I just want you to know. Are you about to tell everybody about another murder you want to commit?
No, like, it's not a murder. It's just teaching someone a lesson.
I was explaining to you how I feel very awkward that in this time of our lives, in this experience that we all are sharing right now, I feel sometimes it is hard to say no when people want to get together and chat and do this stuff, right?
I'd like to show you what's on my desk for reference.
For those listening at home, it is body parts. It is pieces of people. It's a fake hand and a fake.
It's a fake hand signed by Chuck Palahniuk, the dude who wrote Fight Club and many other wonderful books, and a little skull I got on sale from like Target or some shit.
I don't think that you wanting to teach somebody a lesson and me like having weird social anxiety about hanging out with people from like 10 years ago. Like, I don't feel like those are equal, but I do feel like you found a really nice road to bring us back to how you would murder somebody.
I would not. I'm not a strong person as I like to think I am.
You don't have to be strong. You just have to be sneaky. Catch them off guard, bro.
I am. I scare people all the time. I'll walk in there like, oh, it's you. And I'm like, hello.
Like everybody a pitchfork.
But here's the thing. I don't have the crazy eyes.
Good.
So I'm able to get away with it. And back to Dashni, she said, I can't be a sociopath because I'm too empathetic. It is because I cry a lot. Because I'm very sensitive.
You can cry about your murder.
No, I'm a very sensitive person.
I get it. I'm a very sensitive person.
Anyway, getting back to that, because you can't tell the difference between. No, getting back to my friend just being how he is. It was like, I understand you're like this normally, but this doesn't translate well over text.
Right.
And then trying to talk to them otherwise, because they're probably the same, like, I just don't want to fucking talk to anybody. Boat, it's like, hey, maybe for once in your life, don't be a sarcastic asshole. I know we both are, but please, just one time, do not be.
Peter, again, these are there's far too much.
I listened to a few murder podcasts this morning while I was getting ready. So I listened to NPR and then I swapped over.
I feel like all of you should know that everything that is being said, described, recorded right now is all evidence.
Public domain now.
It's public domain. I'm submitting this to Library of Congress.
Could you imagine?
I mean, I think you can submit anything. I don't know.
Yeah, you can. It's also like a copyright thing. That's media law. I'd have to find my notes.
Well, that's for another episode.
That's a whole nother thing.
We're gonna get to wrapping up the recording here in a moment. But
anyway, it's fine if you're very tired and don't want to talk to your friends. Just like be nice to them about it. Don't take it super personally because everyone's in a bad place or like kind of in a bad place or trying to still like wrap their head around everything, to be 100% honest.
Yeah.
So some friends are going to be better or worse off. You just have to be, cognizant of it. Don't be like my one friend that called me last night and said, this girl I'm talking to who lives in Pennsylvania, he lives here in the burbs. I was like, all right. He was like, well, this girl, she works 2 jobs at grocery stores, supermarket type things. And I'm like, okay, so she's like a frontline worker. Yeah. And like her first priority is like, first of all, living.
Right.
Second of all, making sure she doesn't get coronavirus. And third, her other shit in her life.
Yeah.
He's like, she didn't text me back all day. I think she's talking to another guy. And I'm like, with that attitude, I hope she is.
Jesus.
Don't be like that.
Yeah, don't be that. Don't ever be that.
Just literally just never be that. You know, I know an adult relationship is like, out of the one I was in for 3 months, is that first of all, you talk to people and people are fucking busy. So if they take half the day to get back to you, it's because they're probably doing something substantially more important.
Yeah. Like either way, like it's fine. Like just do what you got to do. Like it should not be anybody's emotional responsibility to feel like they have to save somebody else's emotions because of what the emotions are that they're experiencing. Like your emotions are your emotions and you have to experience them on your own terms. It is hard enough to do that and then also have to like reflect that to somebody else and try to sympathize with what they might be thinking in order to give that emotion back to them. We can all do ourselves and everybody around us a big favor right now and just be overly sympathetic, overly empathetic, overly polite and nice, and just like give more than we expect other people to give to us in this moment, because it's not going to hurt anybody to do it.
And just don't take anything personally. And I know that's hard for some people, but it's not ever going to be really that personal, especially right now. It's not going to be.
It's really not. Yeah. Just empathy to the extreme degree right now is going to be a much nicer way to live. I'm saying this like I probably could have just told them like, hey, I'm not really interested, and they would have been like, ah, man, that sucks. But all right, we get it. All right, and then I could have just left the chat. I could have done.
Or you could have just left the chat. Yeah, you have options here.
One day I'll take my own advice, but I need these moments on the podcast in order to figure them out.
Your older brother fatherly advice.
Yeah, I don't want to be either one of those. All right. This is going to be the end of the podcast recording. We're going to hang out for a bit longer on Twitch and chat and hang out and be friends of friends, hang with the club. So if you want to be part of the club, make sure that you go to emosocialclub.tv to hang out with us every Wednesday at 7:30. We record at 7:30 Central Time. And we'll see you then. I'm going to play the outro, and I think I got it timed out better this time. But, who knows? Be ready. Be ready. I'm going to need you to say your part. All right?
Okay.
All right. From all of us here at the Emo Social Club podcast, I did it too early, but it's fine. I'm Brian.
I'm Lizzie. Or Robo Lizzie.
All right. And goodbye.